1,664. In a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's that show that you know and love. It's that show that you know and love. It's that show that you know and love. It's story time with Jay. What's up? What is good, y'all? I am peacing in. How are y'all doing? It's Jay London. If you guys are new, welcome. Welcome to the London family. Make sure you guys hit that little Taco Bell thing that's on the side. It's not really from Taco Bell. It's just a bell notification. Well, lets you know when I post a video. It's more frequent now, you know what I'm saying? If you guys are just London family regulars, welcome back. You know what I'm saying? So, today's story time, I'm just gonna jump right into it. No pity pat, wigga whack. Do you guys like this background now? It's like a pineapple, no vibe, no bad vibes, all this crazy stuff. It's like a little compilation of random images I found. Isn't this dope? Google is your best friend. If you ever want anything, Google it. You need to figure something out, Google it. You need to figure out if you have corona, Google it. You need to figure out if that's herpes on your lip, probably is, Google it. Story time of when I suffered this crazy thing called testicular torsion. Now, if I mumble a bit, I have a hose in my mouth. My throat's kind of sore, so that's why I got that in my mouth. Testicular torsion, and I don't want the YouTube gods to come and like fight me or anything, so I'm just gonna say kiwi torsion. You know, that's better, right? Kiwi torsion. Kiwi equals balls, testicles, right? All right. Kiwi torsion, testicular torsion is when your balls twist, basically. Like literally, your kiwis just fucking twist, like whoop. I don't know if you. I hope you guys know what this is. If not, listen. This is gonna make you be more precautious and take care of your kiwis down there because. And the reason I'm telling you this because I thought it was gonna happen again last night. I was really scared. But I think, well, anyways, let me just jump in the story. So, I just got down to Florida. I think I was probably like 6, 7 months in. I don't know. I was there with my sister, and me and my sister like just got into like a little tussle the day before. Like, we were not talking for some reason. Shocker. And I don't know. So I was sleeping on the couch. I was laying there. I remember it was 4 in the morning. Jay Jr. was feeling some type of way, you know, so he lifted himself up from the grave like a zombie. He was like, woo. So, but that's normal, you know, like morning wood, you know, that's normal. That's normal for men, right? You get it? You know, Jay Jr. standing up, he's like, hello, what's good, what's tea? I'm like, hey, what's good, how are you? And I'm like, good. So I go to the bathroom and try to pee, I guess. This is TMI, but I try to pee and I realized I couldn't pee. Jay Jr. he went back to dead, you know, he's back in his coffin. But I tried to pee and I realized that I couldn't pee. And then, mind you, remember this is 4 in the morning. I realized that my right kiwi was like pretty like hard and big. You know what I'm saying? It was like the size of like a Bubblicious bubble gum. That, but like just like bigger, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like this. Stay with me, like that. Didn't pay any mind to it. I was just like, you know what? Like that's normal, I guess. I go back to bed, and then I'm sleeping, an hour passes by, and I'm in pain now. Like, I'm in slight pain, but like, not fully pain, but like, I'm in pain, and I'm just like a discomfort. And then I look down again, and I realize that home kiwi has grown into like the size of like a tennis ball. I ain't joking. Like, the size of a tennis ball. Imagine your right kiwi the size of a tennis ball, like that big. And I'm just like, it's 5 in the morning, and I'm just like, you know what, like, this is, like, I just have to sleep, I guess. Like, this is normal, I guess. I tried to go pee, I couldn't pee again, and I realized I was like, something is up. And I remember my cousin, he had his appendix removed, and I remember him telling me, like, yeah, he couldn't pee before that. So I just thought it was my, like, appendix, but I really, again, didn't think anything of it. It's 6 in the morning, and I'm in pain, like, by this point, like, I realized my stomach, like my right side of my stomach was getting huge. And then my whole right side was just getting like inflated, like from here down. And I was just in pain, like really badly pain. You don't even want to know the size of my kiwi. Like, it was huge, and I was just like, and you know, like when you have a lot of pride, you don't want to like ask for anything. No, I had to go knock on my sister's door and I had to be like, yo, I'm in pain. Like, something is wrong. And she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like crying. And she's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know, like my stomach hurts and like my right kiwi's huge. And she's like, she didn't like really believe me. And she was just getting all like mad that she has to like get up and take me to the hospital. Bitch, shut up. She gets up, she takes me to the hospital, and she really doesn't, like, she notices I'm crying and stuff, but she really doesn't like believe I'm in pain. I don't freaking know. So like we get to Hunters Creek Hospital, shout out, and you know when you like first go in, there was nobody there, by the way. So like I think this nurse was just freaking bored, and I'm in there and I'm like, by this point I'm in so much pain, y'all. Like the pain is excruciating. Like, oh my God, I couldn't even walk. Like I get to the counter and the lady is like, what seems to be the problem? And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm in pain. And then she's like, okay. A wheelchair comes and she just like sits me down, and then she's like, okay, so what's your name, your date of birth? And I'm like, I'm not gonna answer that. Like I'm in too much pain. Like take me to the back. I don't care if I'm not even gonna say it. Like I don't care if I'm a murderer. Just take me to the back and help me. And she's like, I just really need your birthday. I really need to figure out how you're gonna pay. I need to figure out a lot of. My sister realized like, okay, something wrong with him. And she's like, calm down. So finally, like, they realize I'm not gonna cooperate. So they take me finally back to a room. My sister was like, you know what? I gotta go to work. So she dips. And I'm in like pain. The doctor comes, and then he's like, and I explain to him, I'm like, hey, like this is what's going on. And I lift, like I take my pants off, because by this point I already had like that gown on, you know, that aesthetically pleasing blue gown, Tiffany. So I was wearing that, and then he looked and he was like, ooh, what is happening? You guys want to know how big my right kiwi was? It was the size of an orange. So the type of pain that they can probably relate testicular torsion to is childbirth. And I really don't believe that, because like, you know, I'm a man. I don't know what childbirth is, but that's what the doctors say. Like it feels like your insides are ripping. So it turns out, he asked me, he was like, so when did this start? And I was like, 4 in the morning. And I remember. And then he was like, by this point it was already 7:30, 7:45, I remember, because I looked at the clock. And I remember I was looking at the clock because I was like, oh, I gotta go to work to Olive Garden. So he's like, oh, damn. And then he's like, well, you only got about like 5 or 6 hours until your organs start dying. And then like everything starts dying because everything is constricted. By this point, I forgot to add, he already got like the ultrasound machine, and he went in there. Y'all, I can't tell you, like I wasn't doing anything nasty. I can't tell you what happened that made them twist so badly, but they twisted about 2 times. Like once, like it went like, you know when you put a quarter into like those machines and you go, well, that was my balls. I really don't know how I did that. Like they did 2 rounds around the park, like, and so by this point, like, they noticed. This is the funny part, y'all. I hope you guys are with me. If you guys are, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you guys like the story time, hopefully I'm not all over the place. But, so remember, I got into Hunters Creek Clinic. Okay, that's a little, like, a clinic. It's not the big hospital that I needed to be. So they needed to, like, fly me to a bigger hospital, Osceola Regional. And they were like, we need to figure out how to get this guy out. They were gonna fly me, right? You guys want to know something crazy? I don't have insurance for all this stuff, so you guys already know how big these bills were. So they're gonna fly me, and then we start smelling smoke. By this point, the doctor leaves, and like the bill collector comes in, and she's like, hey, I just want to figure out, do you have insurance? Like, is there any down payment that you're gonna like put down? I cursed her out, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, get the fuck out of my room. I'm not gonna give you nothing. And yeah, so that's how, but y'all, I was in pain, so I'm sorry. Nurse comes in and she's like, there's a fire. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, there's a fire behind the hospital. And then, so the alarms are going off. And then you know how like, when it's an emergency, like the doors close, I guess, and they lock so nobody can go in and out. By this point, it was already 8 o'clock, so there was people kind of coming into the clinic, but not really. So the fire got so bad, the alarms are going off, but I needed emergency surgery. The ambulance comes, and they couldn't fly me out because of the smoke and stuff. It didn't get as bad, like the fire didn't get as bad, but it was pretty bad. It was like a movie. So the ambulance comes, and I'm crying. My sister left, and I was just feeling some type of way because I was alone, and I was only like in Florida for like 7 months, and like my balls were just doing its own thing, you know, doing their own like fucking jig and slide and twisting and stuff, and I was just so confused, you know what I mean? Shout out to Rebecca, because it's her birthday today. Happy birthday. Love you, bitch. I called Rebecca and I called Tiana, who live about an hour and a change away in Sebring and Avon Park, so that's where I used to live, my stomping ground. And they literally drove up here, and they got to the hospital, and literally after my surgery, they were there. But love you guys. But I was just feeling some type of way, and I remember the lady, the EMT, she was like, and I was telling her, I was like, girl, I gotta go to work. And they gave me so much drugs. Like, they gave me drugs because that's how, like, I was in pain. In the ambulance, they couldn't hit a lot of bumps because, like, you know, my shit could have popped or anything could have popped. So they were like trying to be slow but trying to be fast. She's like, hey, do you do makeup and stuff like that? And I was like, why you say that? Because I'm gay? And she's like, no, I'm just trying to distract you. But yes. So she was trying to distract me. She was super cool. She took me into my room. She stood with me. And then finally the nurses came. And I made it just in time before my organs were dying. Like, just in freaking time. And so they came in and they did the surgery. I guess it was like 2 hours, I don't even know. They unsplit it. I almost lost the testicle, you know what I'm saying? I almost lost the right kiwi. But it's funny because I almost lost her before, back in the 5th grade, but that's a different story. And I think they put like a freaking divider in there. Honestly, I feel like I got like a kiwi lift. It's probably too much information, but you know when like men, you know when like down there it feels like you just got like too much sack, too much stuff, not enough space, but with space packs. So I literally felt like I literally got a new person on there. I remember my friend in Puerto Rico would call me, he would be like, oh my God, like how are your balls? Like how are they doing? And I was like, yo, you remember from before? Yo, now they're standing tall and they're saluting like the Statue of Liberty. Like they are ready. Honestly, I got a designer vagina. If you guys know it, have you guys ever seen Black and Crew? You know, they be like, got a designer vagina. God, anyways, I got designer testicles. What is that? What is that? I got terrific testicles. Oh, yo. That is my story on testicular torsion. Men, really, like, just be careful, you know what I mean? You wanna prevent crossing your legs as much, and just, you know, sometimes you have to check. Honestly, go check down there, and just, you have to pinch a bit in between and make sure that you don't feel any like crossings or any lumps, because it's like wires, honestly. Your kiwis are connected to vines, and if those vines cross, you don't even want to know. Please, please comment down below if you've been through anything like that. I honestly, or tweet me at aguacatepapi. I can't, for some reason, can't add a name or anything on here because I do everything on my phone, but it's fine. Let me know if you've been through an experience like that. Let me know if, hopefully you guys survived, you know, because, you know, you only have certain time before your organs pass. And, oh, man, I barely made it. It was so, oh, I can't even. It was the worst experience. Like, Jesus. I don't know, I was really scared last night. I was just like, are you okay? So if you guys want more story times, let me know. I'm gonna take a little hold on the young caregiver packages and so on and so forth due to everything that's going on. But hopefully in July we could be up and running. You know what I'm saying? It's really hot. It's kind of hot. I hope you guys like these little backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what else you guys want to hear. Let me know if you've been through what you've been through. Join the London fam. And I think till next time. Bye.